Thieves in the White House Part 3. I wanted to give a couple of weeks space and just confirm a few things. Now, I'm going to have another series coming out about Elon Musk. That'll be coming. Check out my playlist here on YouTube. All of this is on YouTube because I can't put it on anywhere else, most certainly not TikTok. So, here's the thing. We know now how he became president. I pointed that out in Part 1. Make sure that you definitely check out the previous 2 if you haven't seen this. I also told you in Part 2 what his plan was, what he was planning to do. Now we're going to talk about what we've been doing about it. And here's the good news. We've been winning. And what arsenals do we have and what you need to be doing on a constant, consistent, regular basis, like a hub, like you getting up to brush your teeth. All right? That's serious. So let's go. First of all, we've been winning. And I'm glad to say that. There's 7 arsenals to our fight back against this man. We got 205 weeks to go, 1,445 days to go, less than 47 months to go. We're in February as I do this of 2025, and we've been winning. We've been winning, okay? What I want you to understand is that the way in which we win is that it's through the federal judges because they're breaking the law. And when I say they, of course, him and his buddy Elon. And again, I'm going to have another series coming out, another playlist coming out on Elon Musk. But here's the thing I want you to understand about Trump. The biggest thing you need to grasp is that he does not follow the law. Duh, I know, right? But what it is that, here, let me give you an example. He fired the inspector generals. What was it, like 18 almost? Inspector generals. The weird part about this is that as the president, he can give 30-day notice to any inspector generals he wants to. But he didn't. He just fired them overnight. You had the right and you still messed up. He has some other rights as a president where you can refuse not to spend certain monies that are given to you for Congress. But there's a process to that Trump doesn't follow. What I'm going with this is that he's not following the process and he's breaking the laws when he doesn't have to. It's like basically if there was a store with free cookies, why would you break into the store overnight and steal the cookies? That is just basically stupid. Just stupid. And his people around him are stupid. And because of that, they're walking right into our traps. And it's not really traps. It's just stupid. Again, breaking into a place, steal cookies that are free. So let me give you some examples here. We have 7 groups to our arsenal. We have federal judges, attorney generals, governors. We have county presidents, mayors. We have organizations, independent organizations. And finally, we have Congress. Now, let me break down everybody. Federal judges are the ones who've been saving our assets. Seriously. They're the ones that blocked. There's one that just permanently blocked the end of birthright citizenship because it's unconstitutional and you can't do it. And these are judges that are both conservative and liberal and balanced, whatever have you. The one who blocked the birthright citizenship was appointed by Reagan. The other thing they're doing is they're fighting the whole freeze of trillions of dollars. 2 judges stepped in on that. And the White House tried to rescind it and tried to talk between the lines. That's when the second judge said, no, still blocked. The attorney generals and governors, I thought they were BS. I did not think that they were going to do what they did. I have so much respect for them. 22 states in the union have taken on the Trump administration. I think it's fantastic. And what they did is they showed up and said, hey, we got a problem. You are doing things like shutting down federal agencies against the law. You are basically messing with everybody's payment systems against the law in the Treasury Department. You do not, Elon Musk does not have clearance for any of this. The people who work with him don't have clearance, He basically has tried to let Elon go amok Trump, and at the same time, just do a grab, a massive grab. And what I'm saying is that it's against the law. Therefore, the federal judges have stepped in, and the attorney generals and governors have sued, and they're winning. Here's the fourth thing. Well, the fourth and fifth, which is the county presidents and the mayor. I live here, downtown Chicago, and in Chicago, our mayor and our county presidents, as well as across the nation, have been preparing for ICE and deportations against them. Our schools have been taught not to let ICE in. Churches have been making arrangements so you can't come in there, which I think is despicable. What criminal is in the school? What criminal is, come on. And so the idea is that we're fighting that plus whatever litigation they can and whatever support they can for the governor and attorney general of the state. That's pretty big. Even in red states, like, think about this, Texas and Florida, they, all of their cities and the counties those cities are in are blue. So Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, over in Florida, everything from Tampa all the way over to Miami, back to St. Petersburg, as well as Orlando, Gainesville, all of them. It is crazy because you see these people talking and it's like, you don't understand. You have local who ain't feeling this and they're fighting back regionally. Now, the last two are organizations and Congress. Organization, what's happening is you have the ACLU suing. You got the two federal unions for the Treasury Department suing because they didn't like that move they made on the buyout and the way they're accessing the Treasury Department stuff. So they've been able to temporarily shut that down thanks to that, coordinated with the federal judge doing a temporary ban on Elon trying to change stuff in the Treasury Department. And then you have a scenario where there are groups like Indivisible, which I highly suggest. I told everybody, get on Indivisible and get on their list because they got scripts to send to your two senators and your House of Representatives. Last are Congress. Congress just catching up because we're blowing up their emails and social, particularly thanks to organizations like Indivisible. They're sending hundreds of thousands of pressure on Congress. So normally where they might get maybe 50 to say 200 calls a day, they're getting 3,000 plus. People are mad about Elon accessing people's info and Trump shutting down all these organizations. And because of that, they're doing what they can do. They don't have the votes, but they can delay the nominations. For instance, Kash Patel, all the Republicans are mad they can't get Kash Patel confirmed because they delayed the nominations. And guess what? They should have delayed even more nominations. And they did get one of the architects to Project 2025 in last night, but it was after a 30-hour filibuster. They fought and fought and fought. And that's what they should have did 3 weeks ago. Democratic leadership is not there. It's gone. And I'm going to do another series called The Stolen Election and talk about that. And so there's one on Elon, one on stolen election. I'm making, it's going to be on a playlist on YouTube. But I'm trying to tell you right now, Kamala, don't sit here and waiting for Kamala to come get you. I'll talk about that more in the election. But the point is, there's no leadership in Congress right now. Hakeem Jeffries is the minority leader, but he's the guy who said we'll work across the board. And I disagree with that. I think that Charlemagne from the Breakfast Club on radio in New York said it best. He said, it's like having a conductor going with a train, losing their mind. You're not trying to work with the conductor. You're trying to, very least, slow them down. At the most extreme, get rid of them. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to slow these guys and get rid of them in Congress. And I think Democratic Congress has missed the point. Also, the Democrats keep talking about, well, yeah, it must have been the economy. No, bitch. It was prejudice, racism, misogyny, xenophobia, homophobia, which brilliantly Trump and his people and Trump packaged as the economy. Just like they brilliantly said, it's the immigration. No, it ain't, motherfucker. You just don't want brown people coming in, getting a bag, and getting power because you're afraid of their hustle. So you did to them what they've done to us, black folks, for 160 years. In fact, I'm quite amused when I hear people crying online, blue influencers saying, oh, they're treating these immigration, they're stopping them from nothing. I'm like, oh, really? How does that work? You mean they're treating them like us? Yeah, welcome, motherfucker, welcome. That's why black folks are looking at, all these immigration breakups, and we're like, yeah, we hear you. But we want to tell you, Latino community, we should have been more supportive on our end for Kamala. That said, Congress is catching up. So they're delaying nominations. They should be delaying every bill in the world out there. Here's what you need to do, because we can talk about this all day long. There's the feds, the governor, the state's attorneys suing, the feds blocking things. You got the local county presidents and mayors like where I'm at here in Chicago, as well as places like red states like Texas and Florida, because even they have blue, all their cities are blue and the counties they're in are blue. And then you got organizations like the ACLU suing. You got, and federal treasury unions suing, and you got Indivisible, which again, get with them. Leah and Ezra rock. They started that organization. It rocks. They were in the battle for avoiding the shutdown. They had hundreds of thousands of people contacting Congress in December. This shit works. And you got the Dems catching on finally with their slow asses. But here's where you come in. You need to Google, find out, or Chat GPT, who your congressperson is. We got 2 senators and 1 House of Representatives. Here, mine is Duckworth, Durbin, and Davis. And you need to email them a simple message. Concerned about Trump's policies. And then list what policies you got an issue with. You ain't got to write them a book. They ain't going to read it. They people are inundated, just overwhelmed. But keep it simple, bullet point. If you join Indivisible, they have scripts all the time on particular things that they're fighting. And they'll give you scripts if you're in a blue state or a red state. Now, if you're in a red state, you might think, well, what do I do? I'm screwed. No, you're not. Send it anyway. Red states are getting pressured too. When I say 3,000 calls a day and emails by the tens of thousands, it's red states too. We need to put the pressure on them, because the pressure might give them enough courage to, one, stop not voting for nominees they know that aren't qualified, like Kash Patel. And it might just be just enough to pressure them to stand up as they should, because they're getting punked in their own branch. Because Trump and Elon should not be doing this. That is Congress control. That is literally constitutional errors. If you do that, and on the regular, do it, like at least once a week. I'm doing one every other day to Congress. Send one out. It's all of us. Remember, regardless of the money, they can't beat the many. And your vote, your thoughts, your word to Congress does matter. I used to hear that all the time, be like, yeah, okay, wrong. I watched that shutdown get averted in December. I watched how they took on birthright citizenship. I watch right now people who are mad at that Elon has their data. They are mad. They are in the streets. And if we just keep this momentum, we will beat them again and again and again, because they're not following the law. They're not even trying to do it within the law. The goal here is, I know, for him to get a bag, for his family to build legacy, and his other billionaire cronies to make money and save money. They're coming after Medicare, Medicaid, Obamacare. They're coming after veterans benefits, Social Security, affordable housing if you're in Section 8. They're coming after you. And the only way, at least initially, you got is reaching out to your Congress and repeatedly hitting them up. That's not much, is it? I mean, it's free. You can email them. You can send them a message. You can pick up a call. Do it, not only for yourself, for your country. And black folks, do it for us. The point is, the thieves are in the White House. The problem is, they're stupid thieves. They are. They are. Like I said, it's like breaking into a free cookie factory to steal cookies that are free. The cost of freedom ain't free, and we gotta fight. Follow me here for more. Subscribe to my channel. This is the only social media I can pretty much say this on. I could not say this. I tried to say some of this on TikTok. They cut it out. TikTok may not even be there. But if it is, good. We need more outlets. But understand this. This is the battle. This is the fight. It's one thing to look at this stuff. It's another thing to look at the other. So I'm going to create a series about Elon Musk. And I'm creating one about the stolen election. Follow me for more.